Sorry, Kyle. All sold out, buddy. Oh, what's that? Okay. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that either. There it is. Sorry, dude. All sold out, my friend. All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris the Chef Sports Cards here. Welcome to a nice Sunday twilight. Well, it's night, but trying to do Sundays a little bit earlier than Friday, Saturdays, Thursdays. So we'll call it twilight. For many of you, it's dinner time still, so it's just East Coast. For many of you, it's dinner time still, so it's just East Coast I'm talking here. So anyway, welcome. It's Chris with Chef Sports Cards, of course. Welcome, especially for anybody who's new to the channel. Bit about us. We've been around for 5 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as we can. All this weekend's cards should be out in the next day or two. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube. So if you want a chance of getting into a future free break, just hit the old subscribe button. All right, let's go over the teams. Oh, if I didn't say, we're doing 2023 Topps Big League quarter case break number 13. Sorry about that. Teams. D-backs, Robert H. Braves, Anthony H. Orioles, John J. Red Sox, Scott B. Cubs, Eric S. White Sox, Tom T. Reds, Eric S. Guardians, Michael M. Rockies, Tom T. Tigers, Phil K. Royals, Aaron Y. Astros, Ryan L. Angels, Steve S. Dodgers, Scott L. Brewers, John T. Twins, Tom T. Marlins, Anthony H. Mets, Rich L. Yankees, John J. A's and Phillies, Tom T. Pirates, David B. Cardinals, Anthony H. Padres, Alfred M. Giants, Anthony H. Mariners and Rays, Phil K. Rangers and Blue Jays, Ryan L. And Nationals, Eric S. Boy, sorry about that. I just shoveled 2 pieces of pizza down my gullet in 3 minutes, and then I feel sick. I feel so full that I can't even talk. All right, let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what the old big league brings us this evening. We've been doing pretty well with big league. We only got actually, I think I only have 5 boxes left. Become a big leaguer, Pete Alonso and Swanson. Michael Harris and Nola. Him there. You would think I would know automatically where I put piles at, but still have to make decisions. These are tough decisions to make where you pile stuff. Brendan Rodgers and Robert. All right, come on, hands, start working. So you have to get a little hand regiment, exercise going on, warm-ups, Come up here and stretch. Jazz and Baez. So we got 21 Topps Platinum up next. We haven't broken that in a long time. Soto and Cruz. And then some soccer tonight. Little English Premier League soccer. That should be fun. Something different. We'll do a little something different every once in a while. I don't know why. I always lose money on them. Why I just don't stick to baseball. I always have to try and be diverse with my sports, and yeah, nobody knows that I do it, so it doesn't draw anybody. Jazz and Hoppy. Loving Hoppy out there in California, man. Nice to see him doing well. The former Philly, Otani and Story. Yastrzemski and Torkelson. I'm sure they're happy with that trade now. I know when they made it last year, they weren't over the moon about it at the time. But I think both sides did very well off of that. Brandon Marsh has been really good this year. I mean, he's a good player. Obviously, last year he was more for defense, but his offense seems to be picking up this year. Not that anybody else's is on the Phillies. It's all him and Bryson Stott doing everything. So. Mookie Betts and Alek Manoah. Just a Monday. Cardinals. And Springer. Oh, did I say Cardinals? And Pujols. Jeez. I wish it was Sunday. I heard that song today. I haven't heard that song in like 20 years. I can't get it out of my head. Tim Anderson. The Bengals. Oh my God, that girl who sang for the Bengals was so hot. Susanna Hoffs, wasn't that her name? Oh my, oh my. Kershaw and Max Meyer. Susanna Hoffs. I wonder where she is now. Probably still touring and still singing, I'm sure. Jordan, Chris Bryant, and for the Dodgers, Julio Urias. Blue. For Scott. Card number 259. Bryant and Bello rookie. Just Vladdy and Abreu. Jeets. And Yachty. Slugger. It's my favorite. Slugger. I just like his name. Devers and Burleson rookie. All right. Not much from that one. Let's find something better in this one. And you guys see this Bleacher Breaks thing? Their breakers over on Whatnot. I guess they did something with a card and people are crushing them. I don't even think I fully understood. I saw a thing on Instagram last night, like an apology or like a press release from them, kind of explaining it, but it was a little hard to follow. And then honestly, I was watching some videos and I went back to read it again because I was like, did I miss something in that? And I couldn't find it. I think they took it down. I don't know. Ugh, these guys. I don't know why they even attempt to do anything that would be some sort of impropriety. Like, it's just, besides the fact that it gives us all bad names, it's just, they always get caught and they always get annihilated for this stuff. I guess, and again, I don't know if anybody out there knows more about this than I do. I'm sure people do, but I guess they pulled a card, a really big card, some football card, I think it was, like a year ago, and it got lost somehow. I don't know if it was lost in the mail. That was kind of the part I was confused on, how it got lost. Bregman, Eloy, and Nolan Arenado blue. So anyway, somehow the card got lost. And I suppose, and again, because maybe it's because I was reading it at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I guess they refunded the guy or compensated the person whose card it was when this happened. This was like a year ago. And again, like I said, I think it was a Jalen Waddle 1-of-1, like, I don't know, Shield or something like some crazy card, Well, they, like a lot of these guys, do their own repack products, which don't even get me started on the repack products from these guys because they're rip-offs for the most part. Otani and Dylan Cease. But I guess they do a repack product of some sort. And they did a break, and the card was in the repack product that they did. Their own repack product, the supposed card that was lost. And, I mean, it was a year ago, but somebody remembered, I guess, Langolier. Oh, we have an auto. Here we go. Langoliers and for Houston, Corey Lee, rookie auto. Very nice. Who's got Houston? Ryan. There you go, bud. But I guess whatever this repack product is that they do, this 1-of-1 Jalen Waddle card was in the repack product, which leads you to believe that the card was never lost, or at least that's what people are saying, that they had it the whole time. Now, the part that doesn't really make sense to me is, okay, if they purposely took the card, why would they put it in a repack product? Like, wouldn't they want the card, or wouldn't they sell it separately? But okay, maybe somebody forgot, Corrado, TC Bear. And now, of course, people are saying they stole the hit, they this, they that. And it does look really shady, I mean, to be honest with you. Judge and Alcantara. But I guess they were saying that someone who buys for them, one of their employees, bought a lot of cards. Like a lot. Not a lot, but a lot. If you get what I'm saying. And this card was in that lot. That's their claim. Correa. So, which either means they bought a lot of cards from the people who stole from them, or they sent it to the wrong person, or whatever happened, So now, of course, people are just executing them online. Robert Contreras. It is a weird situation. I don't. I don't really understand these guys. Like, I almost have more respect for the guy who just straight up steals a card. Like Brett Beatty rookie, Olsen. Like, there are some famous videos out there, I'm sure many, if not all of you, have seen, of the guys like, oh, hold on a second, let me open this over here, and then magically the card disappears and blah, blah, blah. I mean, they're pretty blatant, I mean, at least you have the stones to try that, But I don't understand what. I mean, obviously they have a successful business. They're pretty big. Like, honestly, you're gonna blow up your whole business over one card. Although I suppose there's a Nolan Gorman, Drake's, and Mountcastle. I suppose Bleacher proved that you can live through, something like that these days. You didn't used to be able to. You did something like this and you were done for. But or not Bleacher, Backyard. They their whole giveaway, non-giveaway thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who won't break with them, but they're still certainly alive and healthy over there. So I don't know. I don't. I'm a very big believer in karma, and I know that might sound a little spiritual or creepy or whatever, but I believe things come back to bite you tenfold. So be honest and, even sometimes painfully so, where I've let people literally take advantage of me to make them happy, and that's fine as long as it doesn't run rampant, Walter Chuck. People love catching people doing stuff. They live for it. So it's like, why would you even tempt fate? I don't know. But hey, what are you going to do? Mike Trout, D.L. Hall, Clark for the Cubbies. O'Neill Cruz and Musgrove. The part I found funny was the press release. It was up and then it was gone. Because, like I said, when I went back to reread it, because I thought I misread it, I was like, where'd that go? So I guess they didn't think it made much sense either. I don't know. Well, let Sports Card Radio get a hold of it and see what happens from there, I suppose. They seem to be the current affair of the hobby industry these days. Devers and Robert. You guys, give me 1 second. Take my sweatshirt off. Dying in here. Sorry about that. Although I don't know, Sports Card Radio seems to be more interested in teaching people how to sell 75-cent cards these days than their investigative stuff they were doing. So who knows? Maybe they'll give them a pass. Gorman, got another auto coming up. Jonah Bride for Oakland, rookie auto. Tom T. There you go, buddy. Bo Sox Mojo, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what we can do. Baez, we saw. No, it's like last night I went on Whatnot. I don't know how many of you do or don't break on Whatnot. I don't go there very often, and honestly, I think I've only been in 1 or 2 breaks over there. I don't know. Every time I go there, and I've talked about Whatnot for a couple years now, and it's so over inundated now. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of great people over there. I don't know them. I don't know the individual breakers on Whatnot and stuff. So, but sometimes it feels a little shady over there. But Morel. Last night I was watching these one breaker who's a pretty big one over there. I'm not going to say their name, but You know, one of the bigger ones on there. And they're doing another one of their repack products. They all do these repack products. And don't get me wrong, some of them put some really cool cards in the repacks. But what they charge, a Hoppy and, ooh, there you go, a little Bobby Witt Jr. blue. Color match action there. Kansas City for Aaron. Here you go, buddy. Hey, Chris, what's up? The one thing I noticed about these repack products, so they were doing this product called Pantheon, because they said that some of you might know who the breaker is. And it's obviously their own, you know, repack, which I love, because all these guys on Whatnot who do repacks, they all try to make them sound like they're getting them from somewhere else, but it's just their own cards that they're repacking. So they sell this stuff for, I don't even know, it's like $2,800 a box. I think that's what they said it was. And I could be wrong about that, but it might be more than that, for all I know. Trevor's Story. And there's 5 cards, all, well, they were all graded, the ones I saw last night. Like I said, I've only seen a few boxes of it, so I can only speak with a little bit of knowledge. And don't get me wrong, again, they put some crazy cards in there. They really do. But they're also always, the grading on them is always like kind of low. Low meaning, okay, here's this beautiful card. We're giving away a $3,000, or we're selling a $3,000 product, and it's a PSA 8 instead of a PSA 10. And whereas the cards are awesome for the most part, not all of them are, but for the most part they are. Because of the grading on them, they're not necessarily worth that much. And it's kind of like, it's kind of the way around it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put this great card in with a lower grade. So, you know, nobody pays attention to that part. Look at this, Michael Jordan, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's a PSA 2. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who are sitting at home who can just drop like $3,000 on a box of cards every night. Like, some of the people on Whatnot must be millionaires. Because I've seen some crazy money spent over there by people on cards. And I would love to be able to do it, but I'm like, there was one night I was watching this guy's one channel. He was doing these, I haven't seen as much of them lately, but they do the, what did they call them? I don't even know what they call them, to be honest. When they make like 100 different packages, you know, and there's chase cards and they have a floor and a ceiling. I don't know what they even call that. And I've watched a few of those and watched guys literally spend like $25,000 sitting on their freaking couch at home. And I'm like, where did these guys have this kind of money to spend this at 1 o'clock in the morning on Whatnot? It's crazy. Crazy. I guess they're just rich guys with nothing to do. Yeah, like, I just got back from everything else, and now I'm gonna go spend a ton of money on cards online. Eloy. Juan Soto and Dylan Cease. Chris, what's a good word, buddy? Anything? It's quiet tonight. It's Sunday. Everybody's resting and relaxing. Let's see. We'll just listen to this full chatter for a while he opens our cards. Jazz and Langoliers rookie. It's funny, though, getting back to the original story I was saying about Bleacher Breaks. They had like another Instagram post, just, you know, one of their usual, hey, buy this, blah, blah, blah. And it had like 200 comments under it. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of comments on an Instagram post. And I started reading them, and oh my God, they were just tearing those poor guys apart. Thieves, this, that. I was like, ugh. Trout and Prado. This is why I always try to make everyone happy. I don't want to hear any of that nonsense. How's work, all right? Gunner rookie. Alcantara and the mascot for Oakland. Any concerts? I do love to hear about your concerts you have coming. You always have some good ones. Some Hall & Oates this week or something. Correa. Come on, man. We gotta find one of these follow back cards. I saw somebody found a Gunnar Henderson follow back. It's funny too. I saw this post on Instagram where this guy was amazed that hitting a follow back card was bigger odds than hitting a 1 of 1 out of here. And it's like, well, there's a ton of cards out there in every product. Well, not every product, but a lot of products that are harder to hit than a 1 of 1, you know. Next week, who you got next week? Bobby Witt and Bieber. I'm telling you, man, 1 week you're going to say some band that I'm going to be like, man, I'm getting on a plane, coming to a concert. Yelich and Waldachuk. Oh, Comedy Weekend. Ooh, who's coming for Comedy Weekend? You had somebody good last month, right? You told me about. You guys get some pretty good people for comedy, right? It's a pretty decent sized room you guys have. Trout and DL Hall. It's got to be fun. Do you ever meet these guys, like the comedians or the bands or stuff? Like, do you ever? Do they come into the casino after their gig and like blow all their cash they just got, or you get like an Artie Lang type in there who probably gets paid in chips? Whitney Cummings, yeah, she was a big deal. Whitney Cummings. I mean, I don't know what she's doing these days, but she had a show on NBC and all that. She was. I remember when she used to be on Stern years ago. Shohei Stanton and Josh Jung, rookie for Texas. Nice. For Ryan. Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember what the name of her show was, but she was on NBC for a while. Bryce Harper and Ozzy Albies. Oh yeah, Howie Mandel. Is he still gonna do the rubber glove thing? He's doing that forever. Is he still? He's still on TV, isn't he? Well, actually, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't really watch that show that he was on. What was that? America's Got Talent or something? Does he still do that? That's. Christ, it was probably canceled like 5 years ago, and I don't even know. He was a funny dude. You know what's funny? I actually, and this will go to our older audience members. I was actually watching some episodes of St. Elsewhere a few months ago. And for those of you who are, under 45 years old, St. Elsewhere was a TV show in the early 80s. It was kind of like, it was a medical drama. It was like the early ER or Chicago Hope, And Howie Mandel was on that show, and he was like a teenager. Well, he wasn't a teenager, but he was, I don't know, he must have been like 20 years old or something like that. He looked exactly the same, just with hair. Kershaw and Tovar. St. Elsewhere was a really, really good show back in the day. It's weird, too, to watch it now because it actually kind of still translates. Like, to watch it, sometimes you watch those old shows and they're horrible. Like, if any of you ever try to watch an episode of The Love Boat, it is painful. And when I was a kid, I remember waiting up to watch The Love Boat when I was little, and now it's like, oh God, I can't believe anybody watched this. It's so bad. Tucker. But St. Elsewhere is actually not too bad. I mean, the medical technology is a little out of date, of course, but otherwise it's not too shabby. Bobby's World, yeah, that was a long time. That wasn't. I remember Bobby's World too. Pena. He's been around for a long time. I mean, I don't even know. He's got to be in his like 70s, right? I mean, he's got to be getting up there. I would assume, because I mean, he was on St. Elsewhere in like it had to be like 1982. Um, I was probably like 10 years old at the time. So I don't know. Well, maybe he's in his 60s. I don't know. Guys made a living on TV, that's for sure. God bless him. Jeter, Brown. There are some people who perpetually are just on TV, and it amazes me. Like, um, ooh, we got a black coming up. We got another black. Nice. Vargas and Cedric Mullins to 25. Out of the 4 cases of Big League, that's only the second numbered card we've had. 4 of 25, Cedric Mullins. For John. They are rare. Like you have to have a ton of respect for a guy. I mean, like, we've talked about it now. Getting on TV, I don't think it's too hard because there's so many channels, so much content. Like it's almost like a legitimate job to be an actor these days. But until I don't know, just in like before like the last 7 or 8 years, it was like hard to become an actor, and like David Boreanaz, if you guys know who David Boreanaz is, which I'm sure a lot of you do. That dude has been perpetually on TV for 35 years now, or 30 years. Starting with Buffy the Vampire Slayer in like the early 90s. He's been on TV every year. And every time he's off a show, he's on a brand new one the next year. Like, that's not easy to do. Torkelson and Slugger. Like, he had Bones for all those years, and then when Bones was over, he had SEAL Team 67. Yeah, that's probably about right, yeah. I mean, that dude is never... Noah Wiley's another one who was on ER and stuff. He's another one who just perpetually, if one show goes off, he's on another one. Another Michael Harris. I believe that's our second. All right, box number 5. They make so much freaking money. Those TV shows, it's ridiculous. David Boreanaz. It's funny. He's kind of got a special connection to Philadelphia. His father, David Boreanaz's dad, is named Dave Roberts, which is like a stage name. He is a weatherman here in Philadelphia. Well, used to be. He's not anymore, but forever he was the local weatherman that everyone loved on Action News. And Max Meyer, his son is David Boreanaz. His father was beloved here in Philadelphia, man. He was like the TV personality here in Philly for many, many years. Ohtani and Bello. Mike Trout and Abreu. Bo and Yachty. Shohei and Burleson rookie. Jackie Robinson, Alek Manoah. See, we need a 101 out of here. Last night I said we need a 101, and we got one like 2 packs later. So I'm trying it again. You never know. Can't hurt to try. Swanson, Philly Fanatic. Oops, down. Beatty rookie. Kyle Tucker. Ichiro and Pena. Mookie Betts and Wander. Oh, man. Chris, I've been dealing with a lot of crazies this week, man. Oh, they've all been coming out of the woodwork. Brett Beatty and Hunter Brown. Just some weeks, man, where you get a lot of craziness going on. People get real tough over the internet. Salvi, Vargas, and Buxton for the 20s. I don't think we've had a Buxton yet. For Tom. There you go. Card number 262. You want me? I'll take care of those Yoshida cards for you, Scott. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they get sleeping top loaded for you, buddy. Oh no, it's been particularly. I go on runs where like no ish, it's no ish, no ish. But this week, oh man, I got them all coming out of the woodwork. Well, my first mistake was that player break last night. That always brings out some wonderful characters. Player breaks. Somebody doesn't hit, they file for refunds. They do all kinds of stuff. It's like, oh my god. You get. I love the my favorite is when you get the email after the break when somebody doesn't hit and they tell you about how the money they spend is a lot of money and they don't, you know, they feel like there was something wrong. I must have done something to the boxes to apparently plot against them. Judge Springer. It's like, okay. And then, they file for refunds. They do this, they do that. And then they get mad when you go, okay, no problem. Just let's not do business together anymore. How dare you block me? I one time, when I pull a card for somebody who's worth like 50 times what they paid, I'm just going to email and be like, man, that card's worth a lot of money. You should just give me some. Like, it's basically the same thing you're telling me. Because I always think when I get that email, like, if this person would have hit their card, I would have never heard a word from them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't quite get how breaking works, my friend. All right, we got 5 to become a big leaguer. We're going to random top 5. We'll random 5 times. Top 5 will each get 1. Bear with me for 1 sec. I'm loving it. All right. So we got all our teams here. If I can get to it. My computer's like so far away from me, I can barely touch it. Right, let's move in a little bit. Sorry. All right, random 5 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5. All right, Rays, Astros, Nationals, Marlins, and Giants. All right, let me mark those Rays, Astros, Nationals. Marlins All right, yeah, man. I'm always up for a good story. You know that. All right, so those five teams will get one of the become a big leaguer cards. Put a little hit recap together. I want to thank you guys as always. Can't do this without you, and I truly do appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, we will be back next week for Bomus. Happy Bomus, everyone. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. We'll be on our kind of usual schedule. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there, and bear with me for one quick sec. And we'll do a quick hit recap and get going. Time is at 8:40. Okay, we're on time. Alrighty, hit recap for 2023 Topps Big League quarter case break number 13. We did the Become a Big Leaguer cards. You guys know who got those. A couple of rookies. There are a few more, but I have to pull them out. Beatty, couple Beatties. Yeah, just these couple Beatties we got here. So we'll make sure they're taken care of. Plus, Scott, I'll pull the Yoshidas for you and anybody else who was in there. All right, some other stuff. Michael Harris, one, and Nolan Gorman again. I thought we had two Michael Harris. Ah, yes, here he is. A second Michael Harris. So two Michael Harris and two Nolan Gorman. Blues of Arenado, Urias, Josh Jung, rookie, Bobby Witt, Buxton. We had a black, Cedric Mullen to 25. And then we had two autos tonight, Jonah Bride and Corey Lee for Houston. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.